Chris, give any indication about his shoulder?
No, that's the good news. I think, we talk a lot in here about players and pitchers being, take them out of routine. I think I think it was rusty more than anything. I was talking to him some afterwards, and you saw him saw his velocity kick up after the first inning, really towards the end of the first inning, and he just command. I think he, you take 8 or 9 days off in between. I think that was it more than anything. Wait and see how he feels tomorrow, but a lot of guys might use the other one as an excuse. I talked to him after. He said he felt good, just felt real rusty, didn't have much feel for it.
I know you don't like to use position players to...
No, I think we've done it. I've done it once, and it was with Chris because we were in extra innings and we didn't have anybody. But I wasn't going to use Zach again, and Brad and Mike were one inning. Wasn't going to run back out there for a second inning, and was hoping Despaigne could get us a little deeper, but he couldn't. I'm sorry. Did you have a question?
Yeah, the reason you answered.
Well, I figured that's where you might. It's a tough game to manage because you're sitting there trying to figure out when to do a lot of things. You start mapping it out before the game starts if there's an early exit, and we were hoping we were going to have enough. Worley, I was not going to use Worley or obviously Menes Day. He's 2 or 3 days down after he pitches, but Vance hopefully will be okay tomorrow. Well, obviously, we'll have to make at least one pitching move.
What was the conversation with Ryan like? Did he just take the ball? Or
Ryan,
clarity?
Yeah. We had didn't want to do it, JJ. He's playing tomorrow, and I know Ryan wouldn't start tomorrow with a left-hand starter. Had some options. Don't think it was fair to Pete. Thought about that with a DH. I think JJ wanted to. It's one of those things you want to do to get out there, but I'm not gonna. I don't like it. Period. It's. But what are you going to do? We started looking at options about 4 innings earlier. I knew we had a chance to get there. Because I knew I wasn't going to use Britton. I wasn't going to use those guys more than 1 inning.
Tillman's kind of a tough guy. Can you sense whether you always talk about how you can trust guys and you trust your guys? Yeah. Do you know when he tells you it doesn't hurt that it doesn't hurt?
Chris he's really come a long way in his baseball maturity, and he's not going to do anything to hurt the club. And I trust his honesty with us. And I'd like to think I know him well enough with the look in his eye when he doesn't BS us anymore. He knows how important these games are, and I expect him to have a good outing next time out and feel good tomorrow. But, it's a lot of people would jump on that excuse. Chris is not one of those guys.
Well, this has been a tough homestand for you, 1-4.
So far.
Yeah, this team's always showed its resiliency. You have any?
Well, it's tough, when you're getting beat on a little bit early on, and you're trying to stay away from that, a certain mentality that can challenge anybody in any walk of life. So, but we need to do a little bit better job of giving our guys, it's some phase of the game. Nobody clicks on all phases every night. One day you're hoping the offense is enough to cover some deficiency starting, then it's something to cover some deficiencies maybe in a bullpen, maybe you don't catch the ball particularly well that night. I can come up with 3 or 4 things they didn't do well tonight that they did something to overcome them, the other team. And they, no, it's pretty tough to cover that many runs, the last 2 nights. So it's pretty obvious we need to pitch a little better. They're a good team.
Kind of goes without saying, but you're going to have to look at another pitching move tonight.
Yeah, that's what I said. At least 1, maybe 2. I don't know quite how we'll get the second one here. I'm going to check with Vance. What's tough is we got such a quick turnaround between now and the day game tomorrow, and Norfolk was in Durham, busing back to Norfolk tonight. So we've obviously got some plans in place. We're going to try to finalize them with Tripp, and I think Kent Quall's in there. Okay, thank you.